Anyone else in our circle wants to make any greetings or anything you want to say? I'm assuming you should definitely say something if you could.
Yeah, I want to welcome the Queen Mother in her tourage here. When you mentioned that 1811, the tears come to my eyes because 10 years we worked on this book to bring it out. And for the people that are here that don't know, New Orleans wasn't no more than this big. From the corner of Esplanade and St. Claude.
That's right.
To Canal and Rampart, where the ferry's at the river.
Right.
Back to Esplanade where the mint is. That's what Charles was trying to bring the people. He had over 500 people. He was trying to bring them to the mint because that's where all the weapons, all the ammunition was kept. I worked on that book with these brothers for about 8 years. And the reason I worked on it is because I'm 82 years old. And when I start reading what they had done already, I had people that were in my family that were still on the fields up the river road. They were still wearing the pads on their legs. So I said, I was my mother's African child. I'm still a little bit out of breath, but it's okay, I can take it. And when I saw that, from the fields, dead of winter, freezing cold outside, and they were sitting, it was further down in New Orleans, the streets further down. And it didn't even bother them. They wore rags around their feet. And this is how our people, 500 of them, and some of us are afraid to walk 2 blocks.
Right. That's right.
500 of them, they had broomsticks, they had rakes that they used in the field, they had all kinds of ice picks. And these things was invented by them to make their life easier in the field. So anybody that want to know more, the book is called On to New Orleans. And it's in the bookstore. There was a man, when we revived the book, there was a young Caucasian that took our book and he had a book signing. He wrote his version. I went to his version. I sat in the front when he came to address me. And I told him, I said, I worked on the original book. Right. Well, he walked him back away. You know, he didn't want to hear no more. Because I could have told him all the mistakes. But young people, look, people my age, we don't know how long we're going to be here. And however long we're going to be here, it's a blessing from the Creator. But start looking up and researching. I wake up during the night and I'm reading 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I wake up well rested. And between, there's so many things we need to know. And sometimes it pops in our head, and then we on our road. We start going. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. But all of that comes with it. When I came back from Houston, this was closed up tight. I said, we don't need permission to use it. My mother told me that this was allotted to our ancestors, and to use. They didn't give no time. Nobody gives the time, because really nobody knows what time is it, But use it. Sometimes you could, if you got work to do, or you want to relax and read, or if you want to be peaceful or what, these trees are talking to you. Our ancestors was all about peace. And I come through here sometimes just to come through here. I worked in Treme area. Treme is part of this. And there's some history in this area. In order to get to this area, you have to either have a skip or you sliced in that in the water to get here. We're surrounded by water there. What they call it again, underneath the ground, when it's sloppy and watery.
The sewer.
Much. That's the only way you can get here. And I've seen people eating at the restaurants where they still have the signs out about slave sold here. And we paid no mind. We walk in like we can't even see anymore. There's a lot more, but I don't want to take up time because I'm never tired of talking. I love each and every one of you. Sister, thank you. Just come verify some of the stuff that we've been trying to get out.
We can help you get it out first.
Do you have one about this?
No, ma'am. I need one right
Before
away.
you leave, let them give me your address and I will mail it.
Thank you, ma'am. Before I leave. Thank you. Thank you.
New Orleans. Welcome all to Gullah Geechee Nation and Queen Cret. Oruko Mini, Shango Doyi, Marcus, Akin Lana. I just want to say quickly one thing. Many years ago, during the days of slavery, when African peoples were imported here to this colony, the indigenous people took some of our ancestors on the side, and this is how this place got started. I'll tell you the story. In Orleans Parish, the masters only fed their slaves 6 days out of the 7-day week. And they said on the 7th day, all you niggas and Indians, y'all go out there and get you a little patch, grow your own food, or go sell something in the market so you can have some extra money to feed yourself. And the indigenous people then took the Africans and they said, well, if Master said that's what we gotta do, we know a place of mystic power that if we do it, it's gonna be super successful. And this was the place. So the indigenous people hipped the African ancestors, both of my ancestors.
Yes.
They hipped, they came together, brown and black, and they built this place to the point where there were so many people out here on Sundays and they had such a booming economic marketplace, people began to save their nickels and dimes and buy their way out of freedom. In the late 1700s, the slave-owning class of people got together, the rulers of this colony at that time, and they passed laws that banned marketplaces in Congo Square and banned gatherings in Congo Square. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong in this recent history, but I think I got the story right. In 1993, Mama Jamila, Baba Luther, and others took that issue to court. That's correct? And they had the law repealed in 1993. That banned us from selling out here and gathering and doing all the things that we enjoy now.
Slavery making cotton king. It's the Cotton Bowl. We're down here in the Sugar Bowl, football. We're down here in the Sugar Bowl where our ancestors were also brought through. Many of the folks who were brought up to Natchez by the French invaders, colonizers, were the same people like the Beanvilles and the Cadillac. We don't want to call the names we'll get too much into it. But I want you to know that picture of you at Sullivan's Island is going on. The traveling exhibit that's over at the printer at Science Now right now is going to travel around the world. And so in the tradition of the ancestors, I'd like to welcome you. The sun welcome you, the earth welcome you, the sky, the sun, the moon, my people welcome you.
I was here very early. I didn't think of it for anybody. I am also a girl. They're my ancestors now, but my aunt told me but all of the things that you do is they call it
Rain shower. Yes.
the Holy Ghost.
Right.
And then, go on the floor.
Yes.
Somebody will go in the spirit.
Yes.
So this is just a blessing. To me, it's like homecoming.
Yes.
Renewing.
Greetings. On behalf of women healers in the community of New Orleans and healers of New Orleans, and on behalf of the women who bring life into this community, we welcome you.
Thank you so much for coming. I have a connection with the Gullah people as well. My family's from the Carolinas, originally 2 generations back. And it's never been verified, but I know that that's where our roots are. So I really appreciate y'all being here. And I tried to get away with not singing.
Spirit said otherwise.
I've been a little sick. I have to sing a lot this weekend.
Healer must be healed.
I was trying to act like it wasn't going to happen, but somebody brought me to the microphone. So, let's see. I am listening to the music of the Holy Spirit. Oh, what a song God is singing. I will listen all day long. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, yeah. Hallelujah.